So enough time has passed, and as I look back on my older pieces of work, I don't really think I like it anymore. I mean, like, it's a common thing to feel as an artist. As you get better, you start to look back at your older works and you're like, this was not that great. And that's how I felt with these 3 art pieces that I did. Although I still really mess with them and I really love them in my heart, it just doesn't keep up to my standard as of today. So I was thinking, why not just redraw that, and I could make some new reiterations on it, and, you know, say add more of like my style to it. Because back then I didn't really have a style. Now I feel like I have a style that I'm kind of cultivating, and I kind of want to add that in there to see what I can create. Also, while doing this, like, a thought came up in my mind of if there's really any point to redrawing your old work. I mean, you're just redrawing the exact same thing, right? But just like how J. Cole said, let me take y'all back, man.
Wasn't nothing like that, man. It wasn't nothing like that.
First art piece I'm going to be redrawing is going to be my OC. So you see this little guy right here? I've been drawing him for like 5+ years now. And I'll show you like the little reiterations of him kind of evolving to become the little fish guy that he is today. Mind you, he started off as a human. To be honest, he wasn't even a human the first time. He was just like a guy with teeth that I used him as my email thing. My mom got really pissed off when I did that. Literally just went to pixel art. It looks okay. This was the foundations of what will come with this new redraw. And over the years, I kind of redrew him again, kind of brought more life into him, taking inspiration from Mina Ashido from MHA with the horns and stuff and the pink hair. I feel like the colors with the brown of my skin, with the pink and the green, could make a really cool overall tone of the vibe. And it's just something that I don't really see much with black characters. And in my headcanon, Mina Ashido is black, bro. And as I moved on, I was really getting into One Piece at the time. One of my favorite characters was Jinbei, and I just really like the versatility and like how the fishmen are portrayed in the series, like just how different variants of body shapes and sizes. To be honest, some of them look ugly as hell, but yeah, so I took inspiration from that, gave him some sharp teeth. That's where it comes back again because I took it away in like the second iteration, brought that back with more curvier kind of horns. I really like this one, and I stuck with this one for a long time, and I still kind of do, and I love that little guy to death. But I think enough time has passed, you know what I'm saying, kind of build up on what I've already, you know, laid down. I feel like I have a pretty okay baseline. I'm not the best yet. Now, if you're in the streams last week, I kind of gave like a little sneak peek. What the fuck? But it wasn't finished yet. And here we have our guy right now. So one thing that I really wanted to emphasize was his body size, because a lot of the time I only really drew him from like the shoulders up, so I didn't really show how wide or how big he would have been. Now I wanted to just capture that same aesthetic of him being a wider person. Not saying because I'm a wide ass nigga. Kind of wanted to like kind of simplify the style a bit just to kind of make him seem more recognizable. Still kept the green hoodie, obviously. But one thing that I didn't really expect for me to do was kind of like cover the mouth a bit. Now also, mind you, I was doing this to hide the rest of the face because I didn't really know how to draw the rest of the face. Like, I knew how to, but I wanted to draw it in a way that was stylistic in a way too. So I just thought that cutting off like the face because of like the hoodie, you know what I'm saying? Dude, the guy's cozy, okay? He likes to do that. So that the only prominent features that are really shown is the hair, the eyes, and kind of like the horns. But with the eyes, I fused them into the glasses. And I took an inspo from one of my friends' art that they did on my OC. I'll put it right here. Be sure to follow them on Blue Sky, they're freaking crazy. I really like the way that they did the eyes and including them into the glasses. It makes the glasses pop out more, and also the eyes too, which I feel like they didn't really pop out as much because of the glasses that I had on before. Didn't really expect to go over it with the shading and like the ambient occlusion that I added on like the cell shading too. I also tried to include some cross hatching at some points because I personally really like shade with cross hatching. That's just my bread and butter. Coming from traditional art, I just love hatching and dotting. What y'all know about dotting, bro? Try to like implement that into the piece. Just not adding too much so that it doesn't become too messy, but I kind of added that mess into the clothes to kind of show like the fabric and the overlaps. Because to be honest, in the line art, and I'll show you right now, it doesn't really, you know what I'm saying, it still seems very flat, and that was what I thought when I first made this. I wish I recorded it because I just drew it on a whim, bringing the bland green that takes up like 70% of this piece kind of pop out more. That's kind of why I added like different like kind of opacities for like the blending and yada. And I added some more texturing to the hair, just a little bit of scribbles here and there just to show the waviness in the hair. But yeah, I'm really happy with how bro looks right now. I'm afraid to kind of switch him to being my actual PFP, but I'm gonna do that. Y'all can check it out on Twitter because I've had the last one for so long, and that's just like my little bread and butter. Don't forget, we still have 2 more redraws to do that I did, and we're gonna take you all the way back to the day 50 challenge. And on the last day, on one of my favorite pages, there was a recurring character that I just kept on drawing because I don't know why I kept on drawing. I just loved her design so much, and that was the goth girl chick that we never really gave a name to, but I did end up giving her her a name after this. So I'll just show a bit of pictures of what she looked like before and kind of like the way she kind of transformed over the few months that I started drawing again. I even made an animation on her. You can check that out after the video. Obviously, don't leave. What the hell? Here I present to you Jackie. I kind of just wanted to doodle her a bit just to kind of like solidify her design. So there's a lot going on this page, right? But hey, let me cook here, okay? Started out with the hand in the middle. I kind of wanted to do like a dynamic shot of like her like holding, you know what I'm saying, towards like the camera, but like, I just couldn't really get the perspective right, so I just kind of left it at that. Kind of moved on to the one in the middle of her just chilling, eating a snack, her just vibing. And on the right, I kind of like the expression that I did. I tried to go for like more of like an angry kind of look or kind of like annoyed, you know what I'm saying? I found that kind of cool. Could work on the hands a bit more, but I was just really just trying to get like the pose down, so I wasn't really too stressed on like getting the hands right. And I also wanted to like take a hand of like trying to do like the body right. Not the best yet. I'm still learning anatomy, so we'll get there when we get there. The left, I kind of did like a low-com shot of her just like kind of chilling, blowing out smoke to days when she was happy. With this kind of piece, I took inspiration from like another piece, so that was why like the style just looks kind of different. I don't mind this. I went over it with pen for the background just to kind of make the pencil stand out. Might need to go over it again. But yeah, no, after I finished this whole page, I named her Jackie with 2 eyes because she's not like the other girls. Bro, I just realized that throughout this video, I'm just redrawing my OCs. Jackie is canonically an OC, so she's part of the brain dump lore now, I guess. Moving on to our final redraw that we did. Again, it was from the 50 days video. On one of those pages, I made a character that kind of had like a septum piercing and he kind of looked cool. Again, unnamed guy. But yeah, this page was really interesting because I didn't really have a goal for like how I'd redraw him. I just kind of wanted to like recharacterize him a bit because in the original one, he kind of had like a really wider face. I still had a tendency to do it with like the face on the left, but I kind of wanted to do like a more of like an evil expression of him like looking down on someone with like the light shining up darkens like the upper part of his face. Definitely want to redo this because I didn't really like the hatching that I did. I was just trying to get the pose down. Definitely need to fix it with the eyes, but to be honest, bro, it's okay. I really like the way that I did the hair though, just real quick, just really messy. I just really like drawing characters with messier hair. I'm not really that good with fine, slick back kind of hair. I just feel like it's a little more expressive and just gives off more energy. It's just meant to give what it's supposed to give. I initially started off with the face in the middle and then I dropped it because I was like, I don't like the way I'm building up this face, but I came back to it later on to kind of, you know, just build it up just to show him like maybe turning his face around to talk to someone else or some shit like that, because I was like, sometimes like when you draw something and it's like just not hitting like that, I think it's important to, you know, take a step back, maybe work on something else, get a little bit more warmed up, and then you can come back to tackle it a bit more, and you know, it can turn into something completely different. The same thing happened with the hand that I did in the middle. I don't know why, like sometimes when I don't want to start off with the face, I kind of start with the hands and then I kind of build a gesture from there. I was really into a mood of drawing like baggy clothes with a lot of folds and stuff. I feel like this guy would definitely wear a lot of clothes like that, so I kind of built it up from there. And I realized that I didn't have any more space because I drew bro on the bottom right kind of from a side angle. But I was like, you know what, man, it'll just feed into like the whole like noise of like the page of like what's going on. Built up like the pose from there to the best of my ability. And him kind of like looking off and charging up an orb thing. I guess he has powers now. Now on the right, I kind of went for a little bit of a more like abstract look to the guy. Just like in a scenario, listen to this story, right? He like somehow gets hit by an effect that, you know what I'm saying, like makes him starts losing his limbs. Like they just pop out, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I was imagining like a side of his head getting popped off. Okay, I'm lying, okay? This was all a mistake. It all came about because I messed up the right eye, okay? I messed up the left eye. And I was like, damn, bro, this looks disgusting. But I was like, wait, I could turn this into an abstract piece. Add some story to it. So I kind of did that. Let me know what y'all think. Also, like and subscribe. Thank you very much. But yeah, after doing all of this, it really just like, it's a really good experience kind of looking back at the old work that you did. And I think you definitely owe it to yourself to redrawing old pieces that you like, because you did spend time doing that. And just looking back at it and just, because I've had it too where I look back at older pieces of art and I'm like, this is freaking disgusting. Why the hell did I make this? I feel like it's really disingenuous to yourself. And I feel like if you're gonna be looking back at your old work, it's fine to self-critic. Like that's where learning comes from, self-critiquing. But you shouldn't judge yourself, you know what I'm saying? Because at that moment you were at that level, now you're at a different level. I would say rather congratulate yourself, you know what I'm saying? And I think you owe it to yourself to redraw the stuff that you've done in the past, because it gives you that self-validation that yes, you have gotten better, you've gotten faster, you know, conceptualizing and producing those things that you did in the past, you know what I'm saying? And you're building on it too, which will help. As you can see with my OC of where I started and where it is now, you can see where you were before and you can draw to where you are now. And it's kind of like a timestamp of where you are at creatively too. So if you're scared to look back at that old sketchbook, bro, please do just rip off the band-aid and just do it, bro. Because like, you don't want to forget the older work that you've done. And you have a sketchbook for a reason, because it's actually like a time capsule of all the work that you did, and you know, creatively, just no pun intended, dumping all that shit onto the paper, you know what I'm saying? And if you like that shit, you can turn it into new shit, into some fine shit, you feel me? The moral of the story is just like, have patience with yourself, bro, because like, before you know it, you'll get better and it'll creep up on you. As long as you stay consistent, bro, it'll come. Or if you just want to draw, you can draw, bro. And it's just fun redrawing your characters, bro. Like, don't overcomplicate it for yourself, for real. Like, I just redrew these characters because I like them, and I like the way I drew them before. Not really liking the pieces overall, but I liked a few things, and I was like, let me put that into some new take. Let's make some art shit. I don't know. But you can definitely watch this video, though. Check it out. But yeah, thank y'all for watching again. Love y'all. Bye-bye.